Never complain, never explain. Interesting, curious, what does that mean? That phrase, attributed to the former British PM Benjamin Disraeli, is what I'd really like to unpack today as I go over some ADHD content. What does that have to do with ADHD? What does that even mean? Let's find out. So, scratch my nose. Never complain, never explain. And why do I think this is called ADHD? A huge part of ADHD, which I've mentioned before, is that our essential lifetime of kind of dropping the ball or fumbling a bit has left us often, no, I won't say often, quite universally, people with ADHD have a diminished self-worth or self-esteem or perception of self. We feel that we're just a little bit kind of shit compared to either others or compared to where we would like to see ourselves. And as a result, self-deprecating language, so common. And also because we've already had like a mountain of problems, where we tend to be quite we find problems a lot. We're so used to having encountered them that we're quite vigilant towards them, which makes us very good at identifying them, which means that we're very good at creating problems and finding them, even when maybe they're not really that bad. Sometimes they are, but anyway. And so we tend to complain a lot about all sorts of things. We complain about this or this or this or that. Things in our life that are not quite the best, or really how we would like them to be. We're very liable to notice the ways that they're not that great and really focus on those. And then want to talk about those because we might hyper-focus on that, and that might be what not interests us, but at least is captivating us for that moment. And what does all of that do? What does complaining about anything do? It makes you feel short-term a little bit better, especially if someone hears you and listens and validates you and goes, yeah, that is crap. That would suck. For a brief instant, we're like, yes, someone recognizes me. And then after that, very quickly we go, and it is terrible. And generally complaining just amplifies the magnitude of the badness of whatever it is that we're focusing on. I can't think of a time in my life that complaining to anyone helped. Now there's a difference between complaining and saying, here's a problem, what can we do? And in that framework, really itchy nose. In that framework, what we want to be doing is presenting as little information as possible and as unbiased as possible, just like, hey, I've got a thing I'm trying to improve. Here's the minimum I think you need to know in order to help me find my solution. That's constructive, here for that, big fan. Different from complaining, where we just sort of go on and on about how bad different parts of it are. And we're kind of looking for solutions, maybe kind of, yeah, but that's not really the intention behind the share. So yeah, complaining, but never explain. What does that mean? Like, what does that actually mean? Well, here's how I interpret that. Basically, anytime we justify anything, it's kind of the same thing. Every time I explain something or justify a particular course of action, really I'm just trying to minimize it. It's sort of like saying, oh yeah, I know I suck so much, but here's the reason, blah, 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 blah. It's because of this. The explanation, it's about that, not me. And all of that is just not taking responsibility. I'm not saying everything's your fault, but I am saying that you only can control things that you can claim responsibility for. If I can say that there's some, my neighbor is really making a lot of noise with his leaf blower. Come back to these examples a lot. Oh no, now I'm just complaining. But if I can say, and I have I can take responsibility for this situation, I can insert myself in it and do something about it, I'm causing my neighbor to do that. Great, that means I can stop it or intervene. I'll go talk to him. Completely changes things from something that's happening to me to something that I'm actually involved in that I can actually do something about. Taking responsibility means that you are actually able to do something about a thing. Doesn't mean that you suck for having caused it. Hopefully that's self-evident. Now, where am I going with this? So coming back, okay. Yeah, the reason I'm late is because explanation, this. Who cares? Hey, what's up? I'm late. Let's get on with it. Or, hi, I'm late. Shall we move on? No, you have an issue? What's your issue? Let's resolve it. Cool. Me saying why I'm late doesn't change shit. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't help. It's pointless. And just the same. Hey, here's this thing that I worked really hard on. I think it's really great because this. What do you think? Now that I've explained why it's so good, tell me what your thoughts are, please. Seems a bit insecure. Just go, hey, here's a thing that I've got. What do you think? And cultivate and practice the resilience to take that on. I'm possibly losing the thread here a little bit. Never explain makes so much sense to me. The idea of not justifying actions, to me, is so in line with just taking personal power and backing yourself. Now, I presume that you generally make the best decisions that you can with whatever information you have available. I presume that very rarely do you go, I've got two courses of actions here. That one sucks and hurts everyone, and this one is pretty good. I'll do that one. Like, I don't think that's what you do. And so if anything, any course of action you ever take ends up being bad, I don't think it's because you suck and you chose that and you're just the worst. You probably were like, oh, what do I do? I think that's a good one. Let's try it. Oh, and it hurt. Damn, that didn't work out. Any explanation on top of that of like, oh, well, I choose it because of this and because of that, and here are all the factors, and accept my decision, and therefore me. Please? Like, no. I chose this. It didn't go well. Cool. I've learned from it. Let's move on. Or accept me or don't. I don't care. I didn't do anything wrong. I did the best I could. This is the difference between explaining or not. There's this whole thing of like justification and wanting to put all this extra information and content around something to package it. That really all it does is mean that we're trying to hide behind the idea or the concept, because maybe, like, to me, it just feels like we don't back ourselves. I screwed up. Cool. I did great. Awesome. I did great. I screwed up because this. Weakens everything. I did great because this. Like, we already know you did great, dude. Like, cool. Hopefully this makes sense. Anyway. Tying it all together, never complain, never explain, useful quote, using it a lot, really loving it. Relevant to ADHD because track history of being, things not going that well. We've often been forced or pressured, parents, teachers, whatever, to explain ourselves or to justify things. And I don't think that helps. I don't think that it makes us stronger, more powerful, more capable individuals. I think it just sucks. And so I'm pretty keen on us just not doing that. And I'm not saying be a dick. Like, if you do a thing that did go badly, you like own it. Be like, hey, yeah, I screwed this up. I didn't go well. I take responsibility for that. I'd like to fix it. I'm not going to explain all my choices. The deed is done. I'm not just saying I'm going to just go and be a jerk to people and punch them and never explain what. Like, I'm not saying, it's like, be a good person. Like, that bit comes first, obviously, I would have thought. Is that necessary? Maybe I'm over-explaining. Too meta. All right. Moving on. You get the reference, you get the context with ADHD, I presume. And yeah, hopefully it's helpful. And if not, I'll be posting a new video tomorrow, because I post a new video every single day of 2024. So if you want to see that, you can subscribe if you want. Up to you. I don't know. I will add at the 11th hour, there does seem to be a difference between explaining a concept or teaching a piece of material and explaining that than like, I think it's like never explain your behavior or justify it. It's just don't justify. Anyway, words are funny and yeah, I'll let you work the rest out. I trust you. Okay, bye. Have an amazing life and see you tomorrow maybe. Okay, bye.